on social media these days, the beauty of cheese plates is everywhere. There are so many people who took up making cheese plates during the pandemic, and it's exciting. But one thing I'm noticing, and that's why we made this little don't video, is that people are making these beautiful platters and they're so full, there's no room for guests to eat them. There's no room to cut the cheese pieces. There's no room for anything. So here's what I'm thinking is happening. People are filling these up because ideally these are being used for social media and for Instagram, and that's fantastic. But what I want to do is talk to you who are going to make one for a real event, not just for the gram, and talk to you about leaving some room. So there's a famous quote by Chanel that said, before you leave the house, look in the mirror and remove one accessory. And that's the way to leave. And I want you to think about that for your cheese boards. This is an overpacked cheese board. I purposely made it too full so that I could show you what that might look like to take off one accessory, except we're going to take off a few things. So there's a lot going on here. We have crackers on the side, we have crackers in the cup. I like this height, so I'm trying to decide, do I want to keep that or do I want to change something else? We also have bread. Do I need bread and cracker 1 and cracker 2? I don't think so. I think one of the things I'm going to do is remove one of these two crackers, the bread or the cracker, and I think the bread is a good bet. Maybe I'm having a party and I can put this with the hummus or something. That already is starting to give us a little breathing room. I can now scoot this over and these crackers have a little more space. Let's see, what else can I do? Okay, we have this beautiful brie in here. We've done something that I like to do, which is to cut a few slices so that my guests know how to keep cutting it, but I don't have to cut it all. The perfect reason, by the way, that we do that is that if this is still left at the end of the night, we have a nice big piece to save. I can save that for my lunch tomorrow, but if it's all cut in little pieces, it tends to get a little dried out by the end of the night. So this is great, but it is crammed in there, and I don't know if we really need that. So you know what? I'm gonna remove this piece, and maybe I'll put this on another plate by itself, or maybe what I'll do is when the other cheese gets low, I'll bring this in and I can beef up my tray and make my tray last a little longer in the night. Okay, so that's great. We're getting a little more room here. I've got a lot of grapes, and you know what? I have this beautiful sliced chev here with a mango chutney. It's fantastic. Nobody can get to that. Nobody can get to that. I've got pears crowding it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my little knife here and scoop this stuff over. I'm gonna give these nuggets a little more space. I'm going to bring these pears. You know what? I want to keep the pears there, but I just want to air out this plate a little bit. And you know what? Honestly, maybe what I would do is put a few less grapes. And again, when they start getting low, I'll bring out some more. They'll be nice and fresh, maybe cold from the fridge, and they'll fill that up. We also have problems over here with this salami. It is packed in there. This is another great place where we can take a little bit out. One, I can have a snack while I'm waiting for the guests to come if I want, or we can just fill that in later as that goes. It's nice to think about your cheeses in a way where, you know, we're gonna have everybody have this. Maybe I only have a platter that's so big, or we want to put it fresh. It's gonna be a long party, so I want to keep bringing things out. So now we have a plate, and I'm just gonna slowly turn this so you can see it from all sides. That's got a little more space around it. You know, we can do a little more by pulling off some of this cheese here, by pulling off these cheeses here. I think maybe even if we had a smaller bowl for the pickles, we'd have just a beautiful amount of cheese without crowding it too much, and with leaving some room for your guests to actually get in there and get that beautiful chev, have a little piece of this blue cheese, find the crackers, get something without having to wedge it out. It really makes it more welcoming when you leave room for your guests on your next cheese board.